Hello, my name is Anthony Humphreys. This slideshow presentation is for Lori Battle's Fall 2013 CRJ 410 Community Policing. I chose to do Citizen Police Academies, so we're going to discuss that for the remainder of the video. What are Citizen Police Academies? Citizen Police Academies are programs that police agencies started so that they can better community relations. It's something that was intended to help citizens learn what law enforcement do on a daily basis, what type of things they have to go through while they're at work. These programs are also there to help regular citizens better understand the job that police do, as I just said. These programs consisted of 12 to 14 weeks worth of classes. Before we discuss any more of the classes, we're going to go ahead and discuss a little bit of when they started. And from here on out, we'll probably refer to Citizen Police Academies such as CPAs. When did the CPAs first start? The first one that I could find was in 1985 in Orlando, Florida. The class was a huge success immediately, and thousands of people have actually went through that program in Orlando since it was started. It did spread like wildfire throughout the state of Florida and the country as far as these academies go, because it was seen as a good resource as how agencies could relay information to citizens. Since the first class was offered, agencies around the country and the world have adopted the program and made it their own. The classes that are offered during these CPAs are classes such as police department history for the department that they're actually in, criminal laws, in some cases civil laws, patrol procedures, domestic violence, huge part because domestic violence is something that is so broad and has become such a pandemic in the United States that it's something that needs to be discussed on how law enforcement handles it and why certain tactics are used during domestic violence. Crime scene processing. Crime scene processing is probably the biggest portion because of CSI, these other shows that are crime scene shows. People think they can go straight to crime scene. This is not usually the case, and this is where they learn this. Use of force, another controversial topic when it comes to policing, because police have to use force in their job. I mean, it's inevitable. You're going to use force. So learning why, when, and how much force we use and why we use it in the way we do is a great tactic for people to learn in these Citizen Police Academies so they can better understand that's why he used force the way he did. These are just to name a few. These classes are very broad. There's many of them. Most of these things touch on everything that we do as law enforcement. Classroom specifics. The classes are usually held at night, so people that work during the day can attend them. Your average working American, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, that's going to be their best hours. So they're usually held at night. They usually last 3 to 4 hours, and they're usually 1 or 2 a week. The typical one in my town, Columbus, Georgia, it's CLEA, Citizens Law Enforcement Academy. It lasts about 12 weeks, 12 to 16 weeks, and it's one class a week. So it's not multiple. They don't throw too much at these people. They vary from lecture type, where they're in the classroom. They vary from the classroom as a lecture. Then they go to ride-alongs, where they ride with a police officer or a sheriff's deputy and see what they do on a daily basis while they're at work. Because let's face it, police officers don't do their job in the offices. They do them on the street. They also do courtroom sit-ins so they can see how the courtroom process goes from the case reaching the court to a judge handling the case as far as like a misdemeanor or preliminary hearing to maybe a full jury trial. So they get the full aspect of law enforcement from the street to the courtroom. These target groups for these classes, all ages, all races. I don't think that there's any target group that should not be left out. Teens, elderly, college students, working adults, and mid-30s to 40s. There's no group this class is for or not for. Both male and female, men and women. They're probably predominantly male from what I've seen, but females do like to attend them because it is something that gives them that education on what law enforcement does and how it can help them. lower and higher income individuals. This is not for the rich. It's not for the poor. It's not for the middle class. This is for anybody. Like I said before, there's not one target group that is chosen for this. This is so that the entire community, young and old, rich and poor, any demographic can attend this and learn and benefit from this. The media are highly encouraged to attend something like this. The media are partners with us because everything we do, they put out. The news comes from the law enforcement, whether it be wrecks, burglaries, robberies, domestic violence, murders, things like that. They get their information from us, and when they know how we operate and how we handle certain situations, it's easier for them to give a more accurate depiction of what may have happened at the scene. So it gives them a better understanding of law enforcement. They're more accurate, more realistic reporting. And then it betters the relationship between media and law enforcement. Media and law enforcement should have a good relationship. Do they always? No, but they should. So this is something that I think the media should send some of their reporters to, so that they can be more apt to give that type of reporting. The effects of the training: you get better citizen understanding of law enforcement and their actions. You get better media relations. Like I said, this is a key, because the media and the law enforcement have to work together. The citizens depend on the media to give them the news that they need on what happened in their community, so that they know what's going on. More citizen involvement in crime deterrence in the community. This classroom and lecture and ride-along and courtroom visits, this type of class can give citizens the knowledge they need to help law enforcement stop crime in their community. So therefore, it's benefiting them and their community. There'll be less apprehension of the citizen to aid the police. Some citizens are really afraid to talk to the police, whether it be from hearsay from other individuals, or whether it be from what they've seen in movies or what they've seen in past experiences. So it gives them that confidence to approach a police officer and say, "Hey, this is what I saw. Can I help you?" So it leads to a more informed citizen, which is better for all of us. The future of these CPAs, I think we need to have alumni classes for further education. Maybe get these citizens more involved in such as like a volunteering program and being a community patrol, something like that. More diverse classes. Just keep touching on the issues that are daily matters as far as law enforcement is concerned and crime is concerned. Classes from the perspective of media members. Maybe we could gear some of these classes on how to teach the media how we operate, so that they wouldn't have to ask us, "How did you get this information? How did you get this evidence?" or how did the case come to be? They would be able to say, "Okay, I've been there, I've done that, I've worked with law enforcement, so now I know why they did what they did in this report." And the classes should be more specific and more detailed than just law enforcement orientation. These classes need to be more geared towards, how do we stop crime in your community? How do we help you prevent crime from continually occurring and getting it out of your community? This is something that needs to be done as far as future citizen police academies go. My references were the text that we used for the class, and I used National Citizens Police Academy Association website. The website will be listed in the PowerPoint slide that you got attached. Overall, I learned a lot from Citizen Police Academies. I think they're a very good asset and a very good resource as far as policing and law enforcement goes, and preventing crime in the community, and helping community policing become more of an aspect in all communities. Thank you, and that's it.